You didn't tell me that was a thing. You didn't
I
tell me
mean,
that was a
most
thing.
What kind of person doesn't go start at number one? What's wrong with you?
I just have a note card
Put
and
the
just
poll on the
randomly
channel,
draw.
TJ. You were given
Look.
samples 1 to 30. How would you go through them?
please
I
comment
just randomly
below.
pick one.
Thank you.
I just randomly pick one out of the box, have an index card, number it, and boom, you're good to go.
Welcome to us introducing our best of bourbon, and we made sure we had people watch. Brian only entered bourbon this year. You can check the video above from last year where he went off tangent. He's learned a lot in a year. We are very proud. He got his gold star. So
Believe in growth here.
Yep. That's all we ask is growth through the year. Doesn't have to be master yet, just a little bit of growth. Yes, sir.
I would like to point out it had a lot more to do with effort put into than knowledge. The effort level went from like 0.5 on a scale of 1 to 10 to about 1.5. So you're welcome.
So what we decided to do this year is we would each enter 10 bourbons that we bought this year that we thought were the best of. Then everybody shipped them to my house, and my wife blinded them all up, so we have no idea how they came out, shipped them back out, and we are currently, as of this video, going through all 30 and ranking them and everything like that. What we want to do here with these videos is we are going to let you guys know what each of us think are the top 10. So it'll come out in 3 different videos over the next 3 weeks, ending with a 4th video where we reveal out of all 30 what our top 10 are. And then after all of that, we're going to take the top 5 and we're going to send those out to our top Patreons. And we're going to do a live stream probably coming up here in January where we blind off the top 5 with Derek and Ed and maybe somebody else if they join the bandwagon before then, and see what truly is the best of bourbon.
And I guess we should say that we compared notes ahead of time, so we didn't want to duplicate. Some bottles all 3 of us have, some bottles 2 of us have, so we made sure that we weren't submitting duplicate bottles.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there was serious concern that all 3 of us might send out Henderson. And so we worked the kinks out on that. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. TJ sent out the Henderson, right?
Yeah, it's right here. I'm drinking it.
And I guess maybe the other thing to say is that we didn't limit it to only available bourbons. So these are single barrels. Some of them are relatively allocated. Nothing too crazy, I don't think. But we do have some single barrels in here that unfortunately people won't be able to get, but you might be able to get similar juice.
I'll go first for this wonderful first episode. What my 10 are. And I'm only going to reveal 9 because one of my bottles is a surprise that we will talk about in the final reveal. I don't know if it'll make it. I really hope it does. But can't give all the secrets away just because I'm mean like that. So my first bottle, which is now empty, which is very sad, is Pursuit United.
Well, that doesn't make the top 10. What are you going to send to Ed and Derek?
I've got to back up because I knew it was that good. So this is batch 1 of Pursuit United, which is from the guys at Bourbon Pursuit. They started blending their own bourbon, and it's turned out to be absolutely amazing. It's about a $50, $60 bottle. If you get seal box, you can get it. They might have a couple left. They probably don't because it sells out pretty quick, and they're not going to release another batch until I think June or July of 2022. So be on the lookout when it does come out. They're actually getting ready probably around Christmas time to release their first rye, which I will absolutely be buying. But it's a great overall product and kind of one of the sleepers. So there was a couple sleepers I threw in, which is going to be good.
Yeah, actually, I can find Pursuit United on the shelf here in local liquor stores in Illinois. So Be on the lookout. They're limited distribution currently, but
yeah, they're slowly expanding everything like that. But it's good. It's a blend, and I really, really enjoy it. So we'll have to see how it does in the flight. Number 2, this is probably one of the most allocated limited bottles I have, which is Larceny Barrel Proof, but it is a Larceny Barrel Proof from the You Pour Bourbon experience at Heaven Hill. So my wife and I went there. We got to taste all of their samples and then pour our own bottles. So the only way to get this Larceny is actually go to Heaven Hill and do your You Pour Bourbon experience. So that's a little unfair. But you could substitute this with another Larceny Barrel Proof. However, the reason I put it in there is this is the first Larceny Barrel Proof that I was like, this is just freaking amazing. So Larceny Barrel Proof with a caveat. Number 3.
Pays to live in Louisville.
Yep. Number 3.
I know, right?
It can't be a best of without at least one of these, which is Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. The one I included is batch A121, which is better than B521. So I blinded them both off. It's the best that I have. Batch C is starting to be released. Hopefully by the time I post this video, I will have found batch C. But with the Heaven Hill strike and all that stuff, it's really messed up their allocations and distribution. So that is the barrel proof I threw in. If you don't have an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, just go buy an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. They're delicious.
Yeah, because they're just sitting out there on the shelf,
I mean, depending on what state you live in, yeah.
Yeah, Minnesota.
Just pop down to your local Target.
You.
Evidently, they have bourbon. I didn't know that.
Yeah. If you live by TJ's Target.
I bought a Booker's there the other day. It was delicious. Speaking of that, I'll just do that. Booker's,
And
Bardstown
everybody
batch,
hates you.
that I just bought at Target, is delicious and amazing and the best Booker's of the year. And now that, since this is going to be in the future, but the video was in the past, I have tasted all 4 Bookers from this year. Without a doubt, this is the best Bookers of the year. So I'm glad we put this in there.
Yeah, and you probably got, a little book from, a Walmart gas station in Louisville as well?
Actually, we were at the distillery the other day, and they had 5 of them, and we passed. So.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
But after going to Target, I always go over to Kroger, and at Kroger, I picked up Maker's Mark FAEO2, and so I had to put that in.
Is that really your FAEO2 bottle?
Wow.
Oh my God.
You have been...
You whiz. What did you use that on the Thanksgiving turkey? Where'd that go?
No, I just drank this much of it.
On Thanksgiving, probably.
Yeah. Did your wife send you down to the basement for a night and you just
She's
drank
smarter
away
than that, right?
the
She
sadness?
knows it's in the basement. She knows that's not a punishment.
Yep. So FAEO2, which we all agreed is the best of the limited releases of this year for Maker's Mark. Again,
This year of the last 3 years.
Yeah. But again, I don't know a year that we're going to do our best of that a Maker's Mark Limited is not going to be in it. It has become a staple, just like Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. It's so good, as you can see, because I got this bottle in September? No, October. Uh-oh. I might have a problem. So I got this in October, and this is where it is. Time to go to Kroger again and grab another one. So
You don't have a backup of it?
Oh, I do. I might need a back, but when I open my next
then
one,
the other one doesn't become a backup anymore, and you need it back.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You need backup to the previous backup.
Exactly.
Correct.
Yeah.
Things have to.
I might need you to get me an FAEO too, because apparently around here in Missouri, nobody knows what it is.
Everywhere in Louisville. I kid you not.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Nobody here knows what it is.
All right. When I'm still at Kroger, I got to pick this up because you're crazy.
Why not?
Rare breed. I mean, you get this on sale for $40 at Kroger. I don't know a better $40 bourbon that you could possibly get. So, yeah, you got to have rare breed. That one's also almost gone. So I'm going to have to go back to Kroger.
I like that one. Readily available, but always does super well in blinds. Came in number 2 in our George C. Stag flight. TJ linked that video.
Yeah. Number 1 for me. I thought it was the best. I liked it more than Stag. So, yeah, I know.
Some of us have more sophisticated palates.
Yeah.
So
you liked it more.
All right. So then the final 3 bottles is where I'm incredibly unfair. Yeah, it's just, I'm sorry. One of these is readily available if you have a friend that, travels a lot, like I do, Chuck. He's very sad he didn't buy himself a bottle. He might have to go do it, which is Wild Turkey Father and Son. So this is only available in other countries. Luckily, if you travel to Europe, it's pretty readily available in the duty-free areas. Also, they have now non-chill filtered rare breed in 1 liter containers in other countries. So yeah, you can pick one of these up. So yeah, it is a little unfair to put this in there, but I mean, people travel, and if you know somebody that does travel to another country, there is a good chance you could just ask them to pick this up. You can put it in their travel case and then bring it home to you. So it's
not excessively priced.
Yeah.
No.
So it's not
$75, I think, $80.
Yeah. So it's not as unfair as the next 2 bottles. The next 2 bottles are incredibly, incredibly unfair, and I'm sorry, but we got very lucky this year, and so I don't know how you don't put these in. The first one being Weller Full Proof. This is the only bottle of Weller Full Proof I have ever had. This is 2 years of me trying to find one. I finally got one, so it had to go in. Like, it is amazing. If you haven't seen the live stream with my wife, I'll link that up above. It's one of those, I gave her a sample of it, and she wanted to hate it because it's Weller, it's Buffalo Trace, it's got a cult following, and her exact response was, damn, it's good. I hate the fact that I like it. So it had to go in. End of story.
Yeah. It's like a nutmeg bomb. I love that. That Weller Full Proof is so good.
Yeah, it is amazing. Which leaves us to the final bottle, and the bottle that is just completely unfair, but I lucked out. There was a couple, maybe 150 available, which is New Riff 15. So it's not actually New Riff. So when New Riff originally started several years ago, they went under the name of OKI. And what they did for that is they bought a whole bunch of hyper-aged MGP product, and they sold it under the OKI brand. Apparently they held on to a whole bunch of MGP barrels. And with the COVID issues, to do a COVID relief release, they put these bottles up. I think it was about $250, somewhere around that range, where I think over half the price went to help restaurants and local businesses in the area when they were struggling. I mean, I had to try to get a 15-year-old MGP. You'd be crazy not to. I was one of the, how many is it? 896 people to get a bottle. As you can see, it is also getting pretty low. But this is a very special bottle that only comes out for special company and things like that. So like when Brian comes over, it doesn't come out. Chuck, yes. And so,
I never knew about that. I never knew about that bottle until now. So that's like proof that
you haven't visited them recently.
That Brian's like, well, yeah, I haven't visited. If you, let me check our guest log in the house. When was the last time you visited here? Yeah. Okay.
So
guest log. That's weird.
Yeah, it makes me feel like a hotel.
What are you, an Airbnb?
Yeah.
I'll leave a note next time.
You probably wouldn't show up then either.
No,
John
but
if Dorothy from Chicago.
If you were an Airbnb, then you'd have to leave the house more often, and then you come visit us on the money that you make from the Airbnb.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, see? And then you know about bottles like this.
$3,000 idea.
So those are my 10 bourbons that I entered, with the one being a secret till later, for my top 10. Those are the best bourbons I got for the year. I would say 8 out of the 10 are highly accessible, and 2, it's just kind of unfair, but only 2. So
it's going to be better than my ratio.
Yeah. So as always, let us know in the comments below, do any of these bottles make your top 10 of the year? Were you lucky to get any of the bottles? And for the people that I know below are going to be like, rare breed, really? I challenge you to put it in a blind against whatever you think is the best, and then honestly let us know where it finished, because I bet you it's going to do a lot better than you think.
And I would add on to that, like, if you have several of the bottles that we mention, do your own blind flight along with us. Like, set them out to the side, blind them off, rank them, and kind of see how you compare. I think it'd be a great comparison game.
Mm-hmm.
And Rare Breed will probably go farther than you think.
Yeah. So, once again, thanks for watching. Please hit the like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We're really trying to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark so we can start, auctioning off Chuck's bourbon, maybe some of my bourbon. Definitely not Brian's bourbon, because you'll just get Henderson, and we wouldn't want to do that to anybody. But we'll see you next time.
Look, don't knock it till you try it.
Any
Power of bourbon. Power of Henderson.